Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we make your quarterly earnings reports a little less sleepy by digging into the juicy bits and revealing the real story behind the numbers. Get ready because today we read diving into how Daktronics Incorporated S401k plan is doing, and let's just say some of these investment numbers might make you do a double take. Before we dive in, if you value breaking down complex financial documents into easy to understand insights, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, we've got a fantastic community on Discord kicking around ideas and decoding filings. You can find the link in the description below, so come join us. Alright, so what we have here is an annual report for the Daktronics Incorporated 401k plan. Think of it as a check up on the retirement savings for employees. It covers the plan years ending in April of 2025 and the prior year 2024. Now this is a report about Daktronics, the company, its overall performance, but rather how its employee retirement plan, its investments are performing. And let us be honest, that is where the money that matters for employee futures really lives. Let's start by looking at the total pot of money available for benefits. As of the 30th of April 2025, the plan had a healthy $262,458,408. That is a significant chunk of change. Folks, compare that to the 30th of April 2024, when it was $235,326,578. That's an increase of over $27 million in just 1 year. That's a really solid jump and tells us the investments within the plan are growing nicely. Now, where is all this money? A massive $259,254,398 of the 2025 total was in participant-directed investments. This means the employees themselves are making the choices about where their retirement money goes, and it seems like they're making pretty good choices, or at least the investments are performing well. This number also saw a nice increase from $232,427,740 in 2024. This shows consistent growth and good employer contributions or investment returns, or likely a combination of both. Interestingly, there is also a line item for notes receivable from participants. This refers to loans that participants have taken out from their own retirement accounts as of the 30th of April 2025. These loans totaled $2,493,218. It is not a huge part of the overall assets, but it shows that plan participants are utilizing this feature to access funds, which is common in 401k plans. Moving over to how the money changed throughout the year ending the 30th of April 2025, the story gets even more interesting. Total additions, meaning money coming into the plan, were a whopping $42,405,499. A huge part of that was investment income, totaling $26,831,717. This breaks down nicely into net appreciation in fair value of investments, which was $23,786,105. Think of this as the growth in the value of the investments themselves. Then there were dividends totaling $3,004,138. It is great to see income coming from both the appreciation of the investments and from dividends paid out. On top of that, we had contributions. Participants put in $11,453,404. Employers added $3,523,022. And rollovers from other plans brought in $430,699. So you can see a lot of new money coming in through both employee and employer efforts, and the investments are doing their part to grow it. Now, what about the money going out? Total deductions were $15,273,669. The biggest chunk of that, $15,012,538, went out as benefits paid to participants. This is understandable as people retire or take distributions. Administrative expenses were $261,131, which is quite reasonable for a plan of this size. After all that, the plan saw an increase in net assets of $27,131,830 for the year. Add that to the beginning balance and we get to that $262 million figure we saw earlier. This is a very healthy increase driven by strong investment performance and consistent contributions. Now, let us quickly touch on what the plan actually is. It is a defined contribution plan for virtually all US-based employees of Daktronics Incorporated who meet certain age and service requirements. They can contribute a portion of their salary, and the company offers a match. For fiscal year 2025, the company matched 50% of the first 6% of eligible pay contributed by participants. That is a pretty decent match, meaning the company is actively helping employees save for retirement. Remember those participant loans we talked about. The notes here say participants can borrow up to $50,000 or 50% of their vested account balance, whichever is less. These loans are secured by the participant's account and have interest rates ranging from 3.3 to 8.5% with repayment terms from 1 to 5 years, or longer for primary residence purchases. It's important for participants to understand the implications of taking out these loans as they can reduce potential growth. This section is crucial because it tells us how they value all those investments. They use fair value, which is basically the going market price. The report breaks down investments into 3 levels of certainty. Level 1 is based on readily available quoted prices in active markets like stocks traded on major exchanges. Level 2 uses other observable market data. And level 3 relies on inputs that aren't T-observable and involve more of the plan S-own assumptions. It is good to see that most of the plan S assets fall into level 1, meaning they are valued based on clear market prices. Let's look at the breakdown for the 30th of April 2025. The vast majority of the plan S assets are in level 1. DAKTRONICS Incorporated common stock, for instance, is valued at $22,219,583, all in level 1. Then you have mutual funds, equity funds at $125,518,217, fixed income at $9,170,114, and balance funds at $74,469,923. All of these are listed under level 1, meaning they revalued using market prices. There are also investments measured at net asset value or NAV. These are common collective trusts. The principal stable value Z fund is valued at $10,304,183, and the principal BlackRock ESID DIAMP P500 Index SIT N fund is valued at $17,572,378. While these are not in the level 1, 2, or 3 hierarchy directly, the report states that the fair value amounts presented are included to reconcile to the total investments. This indicates these are also valued using reliable methods, often based on the underlying assets within the trusts. Comparing to the 30th of April 2024, again a heavy concentration in level 1 assets, DAKTRONICS Incorporated common stock was valued at $20,053,408. Mutual funds were also high, equity at $118,400,972, fixed income at $6,471,064, and balanced at $63,999,581. The Common Collective Trust Principal Stable Value Z Fund at $9,121,101 and Principal BlackRock SI DAMP P500 Index CITN Fund at $14,381,614 also show growth from the previous year. This note is interesting because it talks about potential conflicts of interest, but clarifies they are managed. The plan invests in funds managed by Principal Financial Group, who is also the plan's trustee. Plus, there are participant loans and investments in DAKTRONICS Incorporated's own stock. These are called party and interest transactions. However, the report states these are exempt from prohibited transaction rules, thanks to specific laws and regulations. It's good they're upfront about it. And speaking of DAKTRONICS Incorporated stock, the plan held a significant number of shares. As of the 30th of April, 2025, it was 1,750,952 shares, down from 2,122,054 shares in 2024. The report also shows purchases of DAKTRONICS stock for the year were $655,031, while sales were much higher at $6,166,722. This suggests they were trimming their holdings in the company. S stock, which is a typical strategy to diversify risk. Now for the specific breakdown of assets at the end of the plan year, the 30th of April 2025. This is where you see all those individual investment options. DAKTRONICS Inc. Common stock is listed at a value of $22,219,583. The Common Collective Trusts, Principal Stable Value Z Fund and Principal BlackRock SIMAMP P500 Index SIT N Fund are valued at $10,304,183 and $17,572,378 respectively. Then there is a long list of mutual funds. We see American Funds Euro-Pacific at $12,110,254, JP Morgan Large Cap Growth R6 at $40,776,769, and a whole range of Vanguard funds. Like Vanguard Midcap Index ADM at $5,684,581 and Vanguard Target Retirement Funds scattered across different year targets. It is a diverse portfolio with a mix of equity, fixed income, and balance funds, plus broader index funds and retirement target date funds. This shows an effort to provide a wide array of choices for participants. So, what is the story here? The DAKTRONICS INC 401k plan appears to be in very good shape. The plan has seen substantial growth in its net assets year over year, driven by strong investment performance and robust contributions from both employees and the company. The portfolio is well diversified with a heavy emphasis on level 1 assets, meaning they are valued based on readily available market prices, which generally signifies transparency and liquidity. The company's matching contribution of 50% on the first 6% of compensation is a generous incentive for employees to save. A notable risk highlighted is the concentration in DAKTRONICS, incorporated common stock, which represented about 8.5% of the plan's assets in both 2024 and 2025. While this level of investment shows confidence in the parent company, it also means that fluctuations in DAKTRONICS' stock price can have a material impact on the retirement savings of its employees. The slight decrease in the number of shares held in the company's stock between 2024 and 2025 suggests a move towards further diversification, which is a positive step in managing this risk. Overall, this report paints a picture of a healthy and well-managed employee retirement plan. The clear investment choices, solid employer support, and strong overall growth suggest that DAKTRONICS is doing a good job of helping its employees plan for their financial future. The plan administrator seems to be diligent in operating within accounting principles and tax regulations, as indicated by the clean audit report and the note on tax status. Alright, that's our deep dive into the DAKTRONICS Incorporated 401k plan annual report. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's employees' retirement security? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Was this breakdown helpful, and do you want to see more of these corporate decoder sessions? If so, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. And remember, there is a great community waiting for you over on our Discord server, linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.